Hello everyone and welcome to Ringside Recap. I'm your host, Jay's Gamer Spot, and I'm alongside with my other co-host if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi guys. My name is Amit from At the World of Amit. Uh, I think this week we are speaking about SmackDown uh,
Yeah,
and a couple of bits on the Raw as well. Just wrestling this week in WWE.
yeah, yeah, we are. All right. Um,
So the first I think SmackDown kicked off with Cody coming in, and then Nick Aldis then introducing his next challenger. Obviously, after Cody beating AJ, we were all wondering who he's going to face. And to my surprise, it was Logan Paul who came
yeah,
out.
I did not expect that, to be honest.
And
Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be a good match, but like Logan Paul has had the title for what, 200 days, and he only defended it twice.
yeah, yeah. You know what I
So,
thought
so, so
when
is this match not sorry to interrupt, but is this match a champion versus like champion, like winner takes all?
that's what Cody implied. I mean, he said, "Okay, fine. Once I beat you, I'll become the U.S. champion." That's what he
I mean, I
implied.
wouldn't mind that
That's
because
fine.
I
Yeah,
saw someone said they're bringing the Winged Eagle title back, if you remember that,
yeah.
and
So
then they'll
maybe he
make
does
the
that on the U.S.
European
one.
title.
Yeah,
So
possible. Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
I wouldn't mind that.
I think what thought when Logan came out was that maybe he has some sort of a contract specific to Saudi. When Roman
Yeah, yeah,
Reigns
that's
also
what I
had
was
a
thinking because
Logan
wasn't he
match.
at every single? I don't think he was at Night of Champions,
Yeah,
but yeah,
he had that match with Roman Reigns. I remember for the world title, which
yeah.
we all knew he's not going to win. But then,
I think the Saudis are keen on Logan Paul.
yeah, because they have this whole boxing thing with the Saudis as well, right? So maybe
Yeah,
his presence promotes WWE more. So maybe he has a contract saying every Saudi. I don't know, something like that is why I think he's in the picture. Otherwise, I don't know why Logan would have because but it's good, right? I think, like I said last time, Cody's promos are better if there's like a very interesting heel because
yeah, that is very true.
because if it was like AJ, it didn't feel like there was much of a back and forth. Now because like if Logan Paul says something to Cody, you're like really irritated. You can't say stuff like that to Cody, and then
Yeah,
he has to come
yeah.
back
The
with something.
the promo between them was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah. So it is good. It is good. I like the fact that Cody, because he doesn't talk smack almost, he just says like the right
Yeah, he just
thing.
says, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you."
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
that's what he
that's it.
says.
So it was good. I like the promo and both of them sort of holding the title on the top. And then I don't see again Logan winning. If he wins, I don't think WWE is going in the right direction. but
Yeah, yeah, that is
uh,
true.
but if it should be a title versus
I
title. That's
mean,
my
I
only
mean, it
point.
might be a DQ
Yeah,
victory for Cody,
yeah,
uh, because I don't think he wins cleanly.
yeah. That's actually a possibility, right? Because like you said, he hasn't been defending the US title as well a lot. So if he still retains it after the King of the Ring, I'm not sure I'll, because I need to see him do something without the title as a proper good
Yeah,
feud. That's when you will really think of him as a proper WWE guy, rather than, oh yeah, I have the title, I'm cool, sort of a gimmick right now, right? So it's not so nice.
mm.
Uh,
He
yeah,
would have been so good in the King of the Ring tournament, to be honest. But
I think that's destined for Gunther, isn't it?
yeah,
He's gonna win it. Yeah. Talking about the King of the Ring matches, I think after the Cody Logan segment, we had the
yeah, Nia Jax versus Naomi.
Naomi. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. Nia Jax has actually improved so
so
much.
much.
Everyone
Yeah,
just hates her, but like, this run in I think it was the second run in WWE, it's been pretty good, to be
yeah,
honest.
agreed.
I don't know why they didn't give Naomi the win, but I think they're setting up Nia versus Jade because if you in the
Yeah,
bracket, they can face each other. So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So that's the next match, isn't it? So Nia versus Jade is the next match, actually.
yeah. And if Jade and Bianca go through, they might actually face each other.
You're right.
And so so that starts the build towards them facing each other. I
Ah,
predict that at WrestleMania 41.
right. Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah. So, not sure if they'll still be the tag team champions by then. Yeah, but that's a real possibility. It'll be a very good match, and Jade has impressed me a lot as well, right? So, I mean, just before we go to the Jade match, I think one other thing I want to talk about was one spot where, like, they did, like, I don't know what you call it, like, leg sweep. I mean, she
A,
was sort of, she
a
did
leg
the,
drop.
no, no, not the leg drop. Like, she was on the top, Nia was on the top rope, and then Naomi kind of, they did the whole, like, she'll
Oh,
come down and she'll, what do you call that? I forget what do you call
I
that.
forgot. I should
Like,
know.
from the leg, right? She just leg sweep sort of a thing, right? Like leg moonsault type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just
So
call it that.
yeah, so the fact that Nia Jax actually did that, like I was like having my jaw on the floor. Like I've never seen her do stuff like that because she's very like ground and pound type of moves she does.
Hmm.
So that was very nice. So yeah, like you said, Naya has been very, very good in this run specifically. And even though she's a
Actually might
heel,
go to the final,
yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah,
doubt it.
because I think
Um,
Jade's in the way. So it depends on
yeah,
how that feud goes. So yeah, one other thing which happened in the match is that we keep getting these constant like flickers in between matches.
yeah, the
So
QR codes.
yeah, so
Um,
what do
it's
you think
actually
about that?
a pretty good build to them to Uncle Howdy. I think it's Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis,
Yeah,
Nikki Cross, and Joe Gacy. I
okay,
mean that's a pretty good group.
yeah,
Like most of them aren't getting used,
yeah.
and now they'll actually get used. Joe Gacy coming to the main roster, hopefully. Um, so yeah, I think
So
they'll debut at SummerSlam maybe, because this looks like long-term storytelling. And also, just one more thing, I think it was the intro to the show, like it glitched out.
right. No, I didn't observe that. Okay, fine. Right. So this is possible, right? They've been doing this from last 2 weeks. And it's like a nice tribute. I mean, I was waiting for Bray Wyatt again. I mean, I keep going on about Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt, but yeah, I mean, it's a nice way to sort of still keep his legacy in a way so that stuff what he used to do, at least similar things are done with this new faction as well. And it'll be nice to see which feuds who they will go for and things like this because we do have a lot of factions as of now. So
yeah, that's true.
we have to see whether they are Raw, whether they are SmackDown, where do they come, what do they do. So that's something exciting, right? Which we can look forward to.
Yeah,
Uh, right. So after this, I think we have like Baron Corbin. There's no gimmick, I guess, for Baron Corbin anymore. So
yeah,
Baron Corbin
but
versus Carmelo Hayes.
you know, Baron Corbin in NXT is pretty good. Like when he was on the main roster a couple of years ago, maybe
Yeah, it's
he
so bad.
was. So, yeah,
It's
that
so bad.
feud with Madcap Moss, I think it was. Oh
Yeah,
my God, I don't know how that got
yeah, that
TV
was
time,
very bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. First of all, that
but
whole
yeah,
Happy Corbin thing was dumb, right? What's
yeah,
with the Happy Corbin thing, right? What's that?
but this reformed look of Baron Corbin is pretty good,
It's good, yeah.
and yeah, Carmelo Hayes. Oh my God, like there's nothing to say about him. He's like so good in the ring. See, that Cody match, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. I think he has a bright future. I think he's next in line for the United States Championship, when LA Knight loses it. So
Yeah, yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, Carmelo Hayes was awesome in this match. Even Baron Corbin was very good, and he was getting cheered by the crowd, right? Which is like super rare because he's generally and like you said, that whole Madcap Moss thing was so bad. Like this, I like him the way he is, right? And his end of days move also is super good. And but the finish here was a roll up, right? I think he still
yeah,
I
yeah, it
think
was.
being kept
I didn't
safe.
expect
You know
that, but
he
it does like protect
yeah
Baron Corbin in a way, so he doesn't lose cleanly.
yeah
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't
Hopefully he
really
has a
expect
good
Baron
feud.
Corbin to lose, but oh well,
Maybe
it's fine.
maybe there's this angle, right? It's just something popped up in my head. There was a segment. Oh, Braun Breaker is in Raw, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that okay, fine, because Braun Breaker is now pissed off that he's not in
I
the
mean,
King
they
of the Ring
can
and
like
Baron
trade
Corbin is.
people, I
So,
think.
sorry, what is that?
Like I said, they can trade people, so they might trade Baron Corbin for someone. I don't know.
Right, right, yeah. Because what I was thinking is that maybe because they know each other well, even though they're sort of tag team, they're a tag team in NXT. Maybe it's a feud which makes sense for Baron Corbin in a way because I don't know, Braun Breaker is a baby or a babyface or a heel as of now, right?
I
I'm not
think I
sure.
think he will. I think he's a heel.
Yeah, he should be a heel because he's a nicer heel than a babyface, I feel like. And
Yeah,
if Baron Corbin is a babyface right now, then it makes sense because he can be pissed off. Okay, fine, you were there in the King of the Ring tournament. I wasn't. You're not better than me and stuff like this. So, I mean, I don't think this will happen, but yeah, it's something which I wish at least because I've never seen Baron Corbin get like a real. He's never won a feud, as a babyface. He's always been like a bad heel who loses all the time.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. So yeah, after the Baron Corbin Hayes match, we had the next Queen of the Ring match, Jade versus Niven, Piper Niven. This was an awesome match according to me. Like Jade,
Yeah, Piper Niven's like so good.
yeah, yeah,
She,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
so underrated as well.
And the whole thing about Jade, right? I think if I didn't know her before she came to WWE, right? But I think whenever we were speaking, we were always speaking in terms of she's had a lot of squash matches. She's not spent that much time in the ring, and she needs to improve. But like, if that image wasn't there in my mind, I would have felt like she's actually awesome.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have felt like
I mean,
she's improving type of a thing because I think since the time she's come, she's actually been pretty good, right? She's not had
yeah,
botches. She's done very very well. She has a super good entrance. She's like a goddess basically. Uh, and the ending of this match, my God, I didn't think that she would be able to do Jaded on Piper Niven, but she did. So super awesome match. So I don't
yeah.
know
I
what
think
did
this
you think about this match?
1v1 matches, build Jade Cargill because at Backlash it was it was an okay performance, but it wasn't that good. But yeah, these few matches in the Queen of the Ring tournament are her time to shine basically.
Yeah,
Um, hoping she has a bright future. Hopefully she becomes champion, like a singles champion in the
yeah,
next year.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she's nice. I mean, I'm slowly going away from the I wanted Jade to be a heel feeling because I think she's doing very well as a baby face as of now. Uh, yeah. So I think once that match finished and Jade was just I think going, Bianca Belair entered and then like kind of uh, swap between both of them. Now it's time to show my power. Almost Bianca Belair is crazy powerful. This match she's just lifting Lere from like dead weight and doing suplexes. She's awesome. I think she had a match after this with Candice LeRae, and
Yeah,
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't like this match that much because it was a short match and the whole thing about her knee. I don't know if it was a legitimate. She was just selling it. I think that I don't think anything happened to her sort of knee.
yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully not.
yeah, yeah. uh, the whole thing about Indy Hartwell also now becoming like a bad person. I don't know where that is going. It's just sort of there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I think I don't have much about this Belair Lere match. It is just a very uh, yeah, we knew that Belair is going to win, and hopefully, like I said, if she ends up meeting Jade in the future rounds of the Queen of the Ring tournament, it'll be very nice.
yeah. I hope it will be a good match.
So yeah, so after this I think then it's the whole bloodline thing happening. So what did you think of this Tama Tonga versus Dawkins match and the whole
Yeah,
solo?
like just before we get to the match, Tama Tonga's like entrance theme is so good. I don't know if you heard it. Oh, it's brilliant. I don't know if Death Rebel made it. I don't know if WWE made it, but whoever made it, props to them because it's awesome. It suits him so well. It's like Solo Sokoa's theme in a way,
Yeah,
but without being that
it's a
intense
different
and
version.
no
Yeah, it's a
lyrics.
different version of.
Yeah,
It's a yeah. Like you said, I agree with what you said. His presentation so far has been so good. Like he seems like some savage, psychotic lunatic, right? That's what it feels like to me.
yeah,
So
yeah,
very good presentation, and so there's this background segment as well with Solo and Paul Heyman, right? Uh, so I don't know what you thought about it. Did he really speak to Roman? Did he not speak to Roman?
yeah. I do not believe that because I don't think Roman would listen to Solo because even if he doesn't have a championship, Roman Reigns wouldn't like anyone to say they're a tribal chief. So, this storytelling is unreal.
Yeah,
And I've heard a few people saying stuff about this story, a few insiders, and it might be the best story of all time in wrestling.
like the Bloodline
Ma-
one, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
going on. It's probably gonna be like 5 years because there's like 10 more people that can join. There's like so much people that can join the bloodline
Yeah.
on either side, the new one or the old one. Like, oh my God, I don't know how they're gonna end it.
Yeah, I mean they can't. Like the WWE never ends. So
They
this
can just sign all of them and then
keep signing,
have
yeah.
a little, I don't know, like a show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like just we have a third show every week, just like the Samoan family, the bloodline, basically, right? That's the third show. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think one what do you call it? Like underrated, not underrated. He is rated. Paul Heyman, obviously.
Yeah,
He is making it seem so much more better. If you ask me, him being scared, him suddenly like saying stuff, him like when he goes to Jey Uso and he's just say, type of he has an expression where you're not sure what he's trying to say, you know. So all of
yeah.
these
I
things
think he
are
said
awesome.
help to Jey Uso.
Yeah,
So yeah, that
I
the story's actually pretty good.
yeah.
I'm excited for what happens next.
Uh, yeah, I think we've all predicted that we're gonna have in the war games. I'm 99% sure that it's gonna be Roman Reigns, Jay, and the Usos with against these three people. I think that's what will be nice if that happens.
Yeah,
But
Sami Zayn might join. It's on. I don't know because Jacob Fatu will debut soon.
right,
Um, he's a superstar. Like I saw some clips of him wrestling, and I think I saw him do a moonsault like better than Ricochet. So that's saying something. But
right.
I think it could be Tamalawa, Solo, The Rock. um maybe Jacob Fatu as well versus Roman, the Usos and Sami Zayn. Um
Yeah, it's
yeah,
possible.
so
If that this
and
like
then
we are
and then
just
at
dream
WrestleMania
fantasy
41
booking
we get
basically, right?
the Rock yeah.
But yeah, if this happens, there's still a lot to happen. I think even the Usos reunion, yeah, I felt it would have happened by now, but it hasn't. So
Yeah,
let's see.
I hope it happens soon,
Yeah, yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
Because I thought Backlash was when it was going to happen, right? The Jey Uso match. They are going to come and attack Jey Uso and cost his championship match, and then Jimmy Uso comes and saves. Is what I thought would happen, but it has. Jimmy hasn't been in the last few weeks shows, right? He's just been out.
Yeah, I think he's injured,
Oh, okay.
so hopefully he recovers because they can't really just make them reunite that easily. They gotta like build it up a bit.
Hmm.
Because Jey Uso definitely does not like Jimmy Uso, but they are like brothers, so they might just
Yeah, because Jay has always been like that, right? He's a forgiving type of guy. He'll be like I still want you to follow me, like, but you didn't listen to me that time. But even in the match, if you remember, like the WrestleMania match, right? I think
yeah
he was like when Jimmy was saying no, 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 he did stop. You know, he was like, I'm not gonna hit you now. Let's it's be fine. And then Jimmy obviously kicked back.
Yeah, so the story can go either way, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so many layers to this, like you said. My just
Yeah.
one of the best things ever in
Also,
WWE.
also, when Tama Tonga won and Solo was beating down Angelo Dawkins, when they put the ones up, well, since they put the ones up on the left, but Paul Heyman put his on the right. This basically means like the old bloodline used to do it on the right, but they do it on the left. So this might, I don't know, long term storytelling and that might
Yeah,
indicate Paul Heyman's betrayal of Solo and his group.
yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't blame him to be
for his
honest, but
tribal chief.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then goes back to Roman Reigns. I think he'll return at SummerSlam or the SmackDown before.
my God, his entrance, him coming slowly, right? That's going to be such an epic pop, I think,
Yeah.
for it, right?
Oh, it should happen like not in the US. The
It should happen
oh
in
my God, I
France.
was watching SmackDown and the crowd was
I mean, I'll never forget the France crowd, though. That was
yeah,
something.
like
What
unreal
crowd?
crowd.
Yeah, what an amazing crowd. Uh, so yeah, I think so. Did you have any comments on the match as such? He won. I think the only thing I had on my side was his finisher seemed a little like not so
Yeah,
good.
his finisher was like I think it was like R-Truth or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. It doesn't. So
yeah, I think he got to change that,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
So that was a little underwhelming, but his presentation. I mean, he's pretty good in the ring as well. I mean, you can see it, right? He's ripped, and he's super good in the ring.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, I think so. Then we slowly move on to the main event of the night. Again, another King of the Ring match. AJ versus Randy. To be fair, I didn't know who would win this match because just before this match, Randy had a small promo where he said, like, "Oh, to the Bloodline, saying you guys have taken out Kevin, so I'm going to like come after you guys." So
yeah,
Randy is slowly, because I think that Randy was one of the guys who didn't. I think before the Cody versus Roman match, I thought Elimination Chamber Randy versus Roman Reigns was supposed to happen, isn't it? They had like a small thing happening, and then that didn't happen. I think in Elimination Chamber.
yeah, I
Uh,
think so.
so he is now again getting into the whole bloodline business again. So, but yeah, just on the match, Randy Orton versus AJ, super good performers in the match. I mean, in the
Yeah,
ring.
the match was so good.
So
Lots of good spots in the match.
AJ is taking a few losses as a heel, but I think he's still doing okay because I think he's going into that stage of his career where he is just sort of pushing people, I suppose, or just playing
Yeah.
to the story.
And yeah,
So
he got that point in his career when he might not win another championship. You know, he could retire today or something. But yeah, I hope he wins one more championship and just, retires like that. Yeah, he puts people over. Um, that's the kind of performer he's turned out to be.
he,
I mean, that happens with all old
yeah,
wrestlers. I
yeah,
mean, it should. Like
that's the right way to
John
do it, right?
Cena put
Yeah,
over Solo Sikoa.
yeah,
It didn't really end as well as we expected, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Uh, cool. So I think that's a wrap up on the SmackDown. So I don't know if there was anything else on
I
SmackDown.
just wanted to say that um, the WWE are actually protecting AJ's finisher now.
Oh yeah,
The phenomenal forearm.
yeah,
Randy held the rope, so he didn't really kick out.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't think anyone's kicked out of it in a long time.
yeah,
I don't think he did in Cody's match.
yeah. He
So
did. Yeah,
yeah,
and even his
but
styles clash, right? I don't think anyone's kicked out of it.
yeah, so hopefully they're building up him for something. I don't know what, but hopefully it's gonna be good.
Now that I think about it, I think like we spoke about AJ slowly putting people over. I think it's the same thing on like AJ what he's doing in SmackDown. I think Nakamura is doing it in Raw. So
Oh yeah,
they both are kind of pushing people over, and they're so good. If I don't mind, if you tell me today Nakamura is like the IC champion or the US champion or even the world heavyweight champion, I wouldn't be so like, oh, that doesn't make sense at all,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I think he had a dark match with Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman obviously won.
Right, right. He's putting over Braun Strowman then, right? So
Yeah,
Nakamura is awesome as well. So we have a lot of folks like this in the roster. Uh, yeah, hopefully AJ has a good end to his career and he still goes out with nobody kicking out of his title clash and his phenomenal program. Right? That'll be nice. Uh,
yeah. Hopefully.
cool. I think just to then speak about a couple of things on the Raw this week as well. Think the main event, obviously, Gunther versus Sheamus. They always have amazing matches, banger after
Yeah,
banger after banger. Uh, I think again, I don't know, hard hitting match, so many chops. It's yeah, amazing match. It's lovely to just watch these guys
yeah. I would
kicking
pay to
themselves
see
up.
another match between them
Yeah,
at
yeah,
some point.
yeah, and hopefully Sheamus wins, right? Because I think
Yeah,
he's just losing to Gunther all the time. I mean, in fact, Gunther just seems unbeatable, man. Like, even though we say it was a good match, but I think always his matches, the other people take more bumps than him, I feel.
yeah.
It's so hard
I,
hitting bumps, right? It's not just,
yeah, it's
yeah.
so. What do you think Gunther's winning the King of the Ring then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
see any other obvious candidates, yeah, he should be the one. Like maybe Randy Orton goes deep as well, but he has this whole
maybe LA
bloodline thing,
Knight.
right?
Maybe they pull the trigger on LA Knight finally, but
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
good.
think so. I think it's gonna be LA Knight versus Gunther in the final.
Right. But then how many losses can LA Knight take?
Yeah.
I don't want him to. Yeah, that is a good actually, because Gunther can actually take another loss, if you ask me, because he's just held the championship for so long. Yeah, he's in Raw anyway. But I think Gunther will win. But if he loses, if LA Knight and Gunther becomes the last match, and then LA Knight wins, I'll be happy with that. That's
Yeah. I'll
fine.
be happy either way with the result.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, it, it- I don't know how they protect LA Knight. They have to either have somebody, or maybe
Yeah,
they have a segment where,
maybe AJ interferes
oh, we have another
because
AJ LA match thing.
because they are currently 1-1.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That may happen as well. The way I would book it is like he has some sort of a segment with Logan Paul in the background while that match is happening or something, and then Logan Paul gets pissed because of that reason, and then he just interrupts the match in the end and costs LA Knight, and then something like that. No, actually,
yeah,
you know what? Just no, I thought because there's Cody and Logan in the. If Cody becomes the US champion, then is it Cody versus LA then as the feud?
probably. And I don't think LA Knight would win that.
Yeah, LA Knight's not going to win that, but the promos are going to be awesome. That I don't know how
Yeah,
LA Knight is going to insult Cody with all his yeah and all of this thing, right? Because he's pretty good on the mic. So yeah, let's see. I mean, so many possibilities, so many uh things which can happen with the King of the Ring.
yeah. Hopefully, it's going to be a good show. It
Yeah,
looks like it's going to be a good show.
yeah. The
Lots
crowd
of
is
that.
not generally that
Yeah,
awesome, but
yeah.
it's fine. It is what it is.
The Saudi crowd is. I swear. When Kairi Sane debuted, they didn't really care. Um,
Yeah, and I mean, there's
yeah.
this whole thing
So
about the females have to dress a specific way as well, and there's this whole undercurrent of something else always brewing when it's in a place like where there's other issues highlighted by the world. But yeah, I mean, I hope everything goes well. It's generally a nice show. So let's see. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully it is.
so after this, I think we can speak about, I think, briefly about the Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed feud. I think the IC title. So we had another King of the Ring match in Raw, isn't it? So which was, I mean, Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. So
Yeah,
I don't know if one of them won or whether both of them didn't win. I don't know what's the result of that match. But then Sami Zayn interrupted, and then and yeah, it's just
yeah. And now it's a triple threat at
a King of the
King
Ring.
and
Yeah,
Queen of the Ring.
yeah, yeah. So do you have a prediction? I mean, do you think Sami is going to retain?
Sammy retains, in
Okay.
my opinion. Um, I think it's too early for Chad to win. I think he wins it. Money in the Bank maybe, but I feel like that's too far away.
I mean, I would give it
So
to him now, because I mean, the way I'm looking
yeah,
at
but
it is
like in Saudi Arabia, like I don't know,
right. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably no one would care. But
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. Saudi. No, but see, it's like Sami had his moment in Montreal. He doesn't need another moment in Saudi.
yeah.
I mean, so the,
So
the reason why I say it is because we do have a lot of lengthy range, like title range. So it's fine if they do a twist and say, no, Chad is now the IC champion. It's fine because I think Sami can take the loss. It won't make the title like a bad title because Chad's won it because he's still a deserving champion.
yeah,
But I mean, let's see. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Sami retains as well because I said, like you said, it's still early in his reign, so he still has to go through maybe more awesome matches before he finally loses. But no
yeah,
one's
yeah,
rooting for Bronson Reed, is it?
yeah. Nah.
Oh
I
God.
think in the future he wins it,
Yeah.
but I don't think now's the perfect time.
I don't know about you, right? But I think nowadays what I've started feeling before when I used to watch WWE, I didn't have so many people. I mean, I wouldn't have been happy with so many people winning championships. I would always have like two, three guys. Only these guys should have the championship and nobody else, right? Everyone else is like heel or whatever. But now it feels like there are more contenders for each thing because again, if Bronson Reed is the IC champion, I wouldn't feel like, oh, that's such a bad choice or whatever. There's so many folks in the roster who actually are deserving of any championship, for example, because they're so talented.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
So, so cool. I think the last thing or the last few things I think before we jump onto the CM Punk Drew segment, I also wanted to just put in a note for the Ilya versus Ricochet match.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my God, what a match that was! Because I knew Ilya was going to win, and I knew that this match is going to be awesome, right? So because both are high flyers, and actually, you know what? Like we were speaking about Gunther versus LA Knight, it could also be Ilya versus Gunther, isn't it?
yeah, but not in the final. But still, it will be a good
Could be a
match.
semi-final, right? Because I think
Yes,
the
yes,
bracket
amazing.
anyway, I think doesn't allow that to happen because I think LA Knight is in SmackDown
Yeah,
and Raw,
it's
right?
Raw versus SmackDown
Yeah,
for the bracket.
yeah.
So, but still, Gunther versus Ilya, I would not be complaining on free TV as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
Cool. So I think after that match, I think the last thing we can talk about is the CM Punk versus Drew feud. I guess
yeah,
Drew is injured as well now, so I don't know what's happening there. Whether it's a real injury or they're just sort of waiting until CM Punk comes back. I don't know what's happening because I think Drew withdrew from the King of the Ring tournament, right?
yeah,
So
he got pulled.
yeah.
I think. Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I think we've had few weeks of CM Punk kind of getting into Drew's head, like with the whole few minutes he's chasing him across the arenas, and this feud is getting super personal. So maybe there's a
yeah,
match down the line at SummerSlam. So I don't know what do you think of this feud? Do you know who wins this feud? What's going to happen here?
Uh, Drew might win this feud, but actually, okay, I think CM Punk wins the feud. Maybe he wins a championship when Drew wins it at Clash of the Castle. Or I saw that Drew versus Damien at Clash, but CM Punk interferes
God,
and costs Drew the match,
that would
and
be
then
so bad.
Seth comes back, yeah, and then he's like mad at CM Punk because I think Seth had respect for Drew McIntyre, whereas the other way around, Drew didn't like
CM Punk.
Seth.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so I think it would be a triple threat, Seth versus CM Punk versus Drew. But it could go either way. It could either go, CM Punk versus Drew for the title at SummerSlam,
So that could be
or
a WrestleMania match, almost CM Punk versus Seth versus Drew.
yeah,
It's almost a
man,
WrestleMania
that to
match.
be honest, that would be a pretty good match.
It
But
was
I
too
don't know
far
when
out.
Seth
It's right. We
returns.
need more stuff to happen.
Maybe he returns with a new story. I hope he kind of gets rid of the goofy
Yeah, yeah,
walking
please.
down
Yeah,
emoji
please. Yes.
gimmick. It's
Yeah, I don't like, especially the WrestleMania one. Was it the WrestleMania one? He just looked like a worm, man. Like, what is he wearing? It's just, God, so bad. Some of it is
yeah,
okay,
like
but then, yeah, it makes him a little, like, it was a very nice thing. It's, like Rock coined it, right? Like walking clown emoji is what he used.
yeah. So I hope that feud, because if they do the feud right with maybe the triple threat or just leave Seth out of it, either way it will be a good feud. Probably be rivalry of the year.
Yeah,
It has to be.
yeah,
But yeah, hopefully they don't fumble the bag. Like, I'm hoping that CM Punk, when he's cleared, he doesn't get injured again
yeah,
because
because
he is
he is,
kind of injury prone.
yeah,
So
yeah. Hopefully he has a good reign in this next sort of second time in WWE, right? Because he's awesome, man. Like I want him to be another champion and have an awesome reign and stuff like this.
yeah, yeah, same.
Cool. So I think that's wrap of this week's wrestling. So I know that we haven't like posted for a while, right? So I don't know if you had any just generic stuff from all these weeks, maybe backlash, something you wanted to speak about. Uh,
Uh, Probably not. I mean, the Backlash crowd was good.
yeah,
Hopefully they bring um was it maybe like another show there because they said they're gonna keep the main four shows, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and then the other two they're gonna keep it in the USA. So I hope they don't do that. I could see a Royal Rumble in France, SummerSlam in France.
yeah, yeah,
Hopefully WrestleMania in England as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
To be
They
honest,
should
like
move.
the crowd would actually be so sick.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so let's hope for more shows. Hopefully something in the UK, and then
Yeah,
and we can go to WrestleMania then.
UK WrestleMania would actually be sick. But A AEW has Wembley, so WWE might have to pay more.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We'll see.
yes, hoping more shows in Europe.
Yeah. Um. Cool. So yeah, I think nothing else from me as well. So I think that's a wrap up for this week.
So guys, this is the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you didn't, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out our individual channels as well. They'll be in the description. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
See you guys. Bye. Okay.